4, get my shoes and out the door. 5, I'm alive. 6, 7, 8, feeling great. 9, gonna shine, life is good. I'm doing fine. 10, gonna do it right and do it again, yeah. I look into the sky with all the beautiful color, but there's more than just for me, so gonna share it with another. I got to show, to give, let out. I want to sing and shout. Take a look and see a beautiful morning that turns into a beautiful evening, and together make a beautiful life. And if you wanna see, then come along with me, that's right. And if you wanna...
Welcome to Experience Michiana. Thank you so much for being with us as we get out and explore the Michiana area. On this week's show, we're headed over to the DeBartolo Performing Arts Center to catch up with Sean and Ricky to see what's coming to both screen and stage real soon. We're also going to find out about a car show that's going to benefit and take place at the Bashor Children's Home over in Goshen. But first up, Courtney tried her hand at the ropes course at Camp Eberhart.
All right, we are out in nature today. I have my friend Denise with me, and we are outside experiencing the elements because that's what Camp Eberhart is all about, getting kids out into nature, right?
Yes, getting them outside and enjoying nature and grounded in this beautiful earth.
It is, it is. Now, behind us, we have an amazing ropes course. We're going to talk about that, but I want to loop us back because Camp Eberhart has been around since, what, 1909? 1909.
Yeah.
So
yes.
Over 100 years you
yes.
guys have been around, which I think is probably one of the oldest campgrounds in Indiana. I know it has been old for originally starting as just a women's camp, because that was unheard of back in the 1900s, focusing on that.
Yeah, a men's camp actually, and the women didn't get to come for a long time.
Yeah,
and then for a long time it was just boys, and then the girls got a couple weeks, and then boys again. Yeah,
and so now you are co-ed here.
We are co-ed.
Okay,
yes.
Perfect. And all summer long, I know you guys are just ramping up your summer camp season. My kiddo has been here all week long too, so that's been exciting for her. But tell me about what the camp season looks like for the kiddos during the week.
So when kids come here, like, they come from all over. So it's really cool because you meet kids from all different socioeconomic groups and different environments, living environments, the city, and actually worldwide. We've had counselors and campers from all over the world, so it's really cool. The YMCA of Spain's always sends kids, so they send up to 15 kids sometimes a year. This year we had 8 of them that were here. So just really cool. They come for 4 weeks. And they get the experience, you know, in the United States, which a lot of our campers come then from other areas too.
I love that. And there's so much to do here. And like I said, we're in front of the ropes course, but this is important because this has been around for, what, 30 years now?
Over 30 years,
yes. Over 30 years. So it's starting to get some wear and tear.
It is getting wear and tear, and you know, safety first here at camp.
Yeah.
So we have to we get our poles inspected every year, and then we also get our ropes inspected every year. We have trainings twice a year for our staff to make sure we're safe.
Yeah.
But it's time now to be proactive before they say, hey, you can't run your course because it needs to be fixed and you need a new course. So we, in the spring, we had and he said, you might be thinking about that by the fall. So we get to have it by the fall, and then they're going to come in November. Take this course down.
This year?
This year, yes.
Okay, they're going to take it down.
Yeah.
And then the new one's coming, right?
Yes, and in January, they're going to start the construction of the new one.
And I know you guys need lots of community support for that to happen, so appreciate everyone who can help contribute to that.
Yes.
But tell us what the new course is going to look like and how it might differ a little bit from what we're used to seeing.
Well, and we don't want to lose all of this because when they come in to do our trainings and they say, your course is in a beautiful spot, it's in the middle of the woods, it gives me goosebumps, it's amazing. Because a lot of kids that come here, and I'm going to get emotional, but they don't get to experience the beauty of nature and to just be in this serene area right here in the middle of the woods. So when they get to come here, sometimes they're just in awe. We had one of our counselors is from Egypt, and he stood here and he said, I feel like I'm in a dream. So it was really cool kind of to get that perspective on it.
Yeah.
But our new course will stay in the same area then, so that we can be in the middle of the woods and it can still have this
tree canopy
feeling.
here.
Yes, it's amazing. So it'll also have we're going to have a climbing wall in the new course, so that we can have that. We're going to keep our old climbing wall until it's retired, but we'll also have a climbing wall in this course, which for staff efficiency, but also to help kids go to the next level. Like, oh, we did the wall, maybe you want to transfer over to the ropes. Do you think you want to do that?
Yeah.
So it kind of helps kids achieve that next level where they're out of their comfort zone and kind of be curious and adventurous at the same time.
And I know we're showing some clips along the way too, because I just got to experience this today. So I got to do my first ropes course here at Camp Eberhart. I did.
So awesome.
I lived. Every time I grabbed a pole, I was like, land, land, land. But it is really exciting. And I think, you know, even just looking at it here, it seems like, oh, you could do that. But when you are up there, it's a challenge. And like, talk about what that means for those kiddos to face those challenges in the long term of what you guys are doing at YMCA.
And if you put that in perspective for kids, like knowing that I can overcome, I can set a goal, and I can take small steps to achieve, then when they come to things that are difficult in life, it's the same thing. I can do this. I just have to decide how I'm going to go about doing it, and I can do this. And maybe I'm not going to be as fast as somebody else achieving that goal, but I'm going to take my time, I'm going to set my goals, and I'm going to do that. So that's what we have multiple times with the ropes. Somebody will say, oh, I'm just going to climb up the ladder. Okay, I'm back down. Okay, I'm going to climb up the ladder, now I'm going to go on to the first, the first element across. Simple, and maybe they don't go any farther, but they've achieved that goal. We've had kids that have come from Camp Mariposa that are fearful of heights. So they might come up 3 steps and then back down. But each time they
you got to get up the ladder first just to get to the course.
And they progress a little farther. So you know from being up on the course, some of them were more difficult than others. So even if they can start with that first step and then that first step onto a wire and then the more simple elements, they progress, and it's really cool to see them overcome and step out of their comfort zone.
And I don't even know if you caught yourself saying it, but when I was up there, I heard you say, you just problem solved it. You said that to me, and I was like, oh, I did, I figured it out. Like, I was very proud of myself even for that, so thank you for saying that. And I know you guys have fantastic counselors here too, but I want to talk about too Camp Eberhart, because you guys aren't here just for the summer for kids doing overnight camp. You have so much more going on, in fact, all year long.
Oh, and it's really amazing because, yes, we have such an impact in the summer, and we have this huge influx of counselors and kids for the summer. But outside of the summer, we have school groups. We have Camp Mariposa, and we have different groups that come in from the RISAs around, and they come in and they get to achieve. We have schools from all over, Indianapolis and Chicago, but local schools is what's really nice to have them come and experience. So they do a lot of group activities. They do individual things that they get to experience. We do a night hike. We kind of go and what nocturnal animals are out now.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's all kinds of, and it's all learning about the lake communities, learning about the wood environment, and trying new things. So it's just a great opportunity to get the schools and the kids out of the city, out of their block in the city, and just into nature.
And Ellie was telling me too, because Ellie got to do the course, because she's here at camp, so I got to have a little sneak peek with my kiddo this week. But she said there was a skunk that they got to see last night. You know, and that's not something at home, we're going inside. But here at camp, we're experiencing things.
Yeah, and it's really awesome because we actually have an albino skunk.
Oh, cool.
And then with that albino skunk family, there's one that has a really wide white stripe, and that's what they saw last night. So they're like, it doesn't even look like a real skunk, but then it is. So yeah, they get to see nature, and they're not fearful of nature. And then the skunks, like younger skunks will spray easier, but the older skunks, they don't do that. They kind of like, oh yeah, hi.
We're good.
We're in the same environment. Yeah, and we kind of can coexist together without hurting each other, so it's cool.
Well, that's fantastic. Well, I hope everyone supports this, because this is an important part of not just the growth, but also the experience here at Camp Eberhart. So now I know you mentioned that kids come from all different kinds of backgrounds, and one of the great things that you guys offer too is scholarships. So let's talk about that.
Oh, that's really awesome, and that's the YMCA. That's who we are. We take care of people and our community. So we work with our community partners. We have a lot of community partners that we work with, but some of the partners we work with, Oaklawn, who sends Camp Mariposa kids here. That's teens that get to come here. But all the schools, too, we're able to scholarship those schools, or lower socioeconomic schools that maybe need a little bit more support and help to get their kiddos here. Yeah. So that's really awesome, and we also sponsor, like, the teachers and the parents that come to supervise where they come here, and you know, to watch over the kids and things like that, and be here with them. So being able to do that, that gives those schools the opportunity to be here. And when they come for 3 days, a couple nights. They get to experience nighttime.
Like a little sampling of camp.
Yeah,
I love that.
And it's awesome. If they can come for the overnight, that's the greatest, because then they can have their campfire, they can do the night hike, they can be in nature, and they can have free time where they just kind of hang out in nature and in camp and on the athletic field and doing the different things together. As kids, we do a lot of like team building things too with them.
Oh, great.
So they learn to kind of coexist. And what's really awesome and makes me emotional every time I talk about it is the kids that you see that come to camp with their school group, new leaders evolve. So, and they come up and out of that, because kids that maybe not feel real comfortable in the classroom and confident, they come here and they are confident and they rise up and they become leaders here at camp.
It's like everyone starts at like a new playing ground here,
And the teachers have said, it's so awesome because I don't get to see that in the classroom, and here they come here and they're still learning, and they gain knowledge, and then they also gain skills to work together.
I love that. So now, awesome. Do you guys have adult camp? I have to say, is that an option here?
We actually have family camps. Family camp, we do Labor Day and Memorial Day, and then we're also going to do a winter family camp this year where people can come. And we also have partnerships where with Swiss Valley Ski Lodge.
Okay.
So maybe people that are going to Swiss Valley for the weekend or something, maybe could stay at camp. So they would have to call our office to make reservations for that.
Oh, that's
but
cool.
It's really awesome to kind of see that, to be able to utilize camp to support community all the way around.
I love that. So many good things that you guys are doing. If people want to find out more information about what you guys have going on, what's the best way to get in touch?
They can get in touch with the YMCA of Greater Michiana. They can go onto our website, and also Camp Eberhart's website, and just send an email in to the contacts on there would be great. They can give us a call here. But I think that just knowing that we support, our job is to support community and to grow community, and we grow people here. So it's really cool. Throughout the year, we grow our counselors. We as administration grow with new things that happen every year here. But also we grow kids, and we teach them to get along with one another, to problem solve together, to learn that people may think differently, but yet we can still coexist and be happy together. So
I
it's
love
really
that.
awesome.
Well, thank you for all that you do.
Oh, thank you.
All right. It is the start of the school year. I'm back with my friends Ricky and Sean. Thank you guys for joining me. We're at the DeBartolo Performing Arts Center, but today we are in the cinema, which is always fantastic to be here. There's a lot of stuff already happening on campus. The kids are getting ready to move in, and we are ready to start putting things back up on the screen and on the stage. So let's get started about it, because I know you guys have a fantastic lineup. I was looking at the list ahead of time, and you already have it loaded for the year, right?
We got plenty of stuff going on. We'll keep you busy. So yeah,
Okay,
let's pop into it.
All right, let's get started. What do you got?
So if we kind of work through the week, our Tuesday nights, Matt Payne, my colleague in film, television, and theater, is teaching a class on the Coen brothers. And so he is making those screenings available to everyone to watch here in the cinema.
Oh, cool.
And he's going chronologically through the series. So if you're trying to get an idea of where they're coming from, where they're going to artistically, you get a longitudinal view of them.
Okay.
And to start, we have the beginning of their works. So Blood Simple, which is a neo-noir from the 80s that kind of sets the stage of where they're going to go later on with Fargo and things like that. Raising Arizona.
I remember that. That's a classic.
Get yourself a toddler, right?
Yeah.
We don't need toddlers, but we have that, and it's a fun time. Miller's Crossing, which is, I think, kind of the deep cut that true Coen brothers fans really love, which is a Prohibition-era Irish-American movie, and then Barton Fink, which swept Cannes and just really sets them out to be the big auteur voice of American cinema in the 90s.
Okay. And I want to point out, too, you guys have all of the descriptions on your website, too. So if anybody's like, that sounds familiar, but do I know that, or do I want to see that, they can read more about it there, too, right?
Right. You can get a primer there, performingarts.nd.edu, to learn about this and everything else.
I love that. All right. Next up, one of my favorite series.
Yeah, Professor Finkelfunder is back with a new movie-making machine going to be unveiled, thanks to Kevin Kuzmanich, who built that this summer. But this is every Sunday at 1 p.m. These are all ages movies. It's $1 to get in, $1 for pop, $1 for popcorn. And to start, we have Fantasia.
Which is a classic. I remember, I had the box set growing up as a kid of Fantasia. I still remember it.
It's a big
I don't
one.
think my kids have actually ever seen Fantasia.
Oh, well then they should come.
They need to come, right? Yeah. So
Starting
it's a
off
classic.
strong. And it's weird. It's Mickey's first appearance in movies, and it's basically an anthology, a lot of short films based around classic music. So they're basically music videos that are animated, and they're wild and fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then we have Greta Gerwig's Little Women, which is kind of got swallowed by the pandemic. So happy to check that out again. African Cats, which is a documentary about the big cats of Africa, and that's a sensory-friendlier screening. So we keep the lights a little bit higher, the music's a little bit down, and we don't have any big smells, so no popcorns at that one.
Oh, okay, good to know.
And then we have a live score of The Pagemaster, the Macaulay Culkin vehicle from the mid-90s with DJ Ethan Morose, who is the coolest, best musician in town. Well, I can't say that, but he's up there.
Okay.
But he's doing a live score of this.
So he's actually going to be playing during the performance?
Yeah, and it's awesome.
Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah, and a very weird mashup. So I hope it works.
You got to check these guys out. Okay.
So that's Sunday at 1 p.m. and Sunday at 4 p.m. We're dark on Mondays. We're doc on Sundays.
Okay.
So we have documentaries on Sundays. So we're starting with Samsara, which is this poetic travelogue, kind of in the kind of Scotsy style. Grey Gardens, the Maisels film about the reclusive former socialites related to Jackie Onassis.
Sounds interesting.
All That Breathes, a really interesting film out of India about people trying to keep animals alive against all hope.
Oh, wow.
And Bashor, which is like an auto-fiction film where they animate animals in order to play themselves. And then WNIT's very own baseball documentary.
I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, you're going to be in there. Are you in that? Are you in that?
I don't think I'm in it, no.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay. Well, anyway, but that will be a really good chance to unpack what the great work that they're doing around baseball here in town.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. All right, now let's get to the stage because you got a
absolutely.
big lineup too,
Yeah.
and I'm excited for this because you even have some options in here that are free for the community.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So just a reminder that this is our presenting series of professional artists that we bring in.
Love it.
We do hundreds of events a year. Many of them are student performances, the symphony and the choirs, and the plays. But these are the professional artists we seek out to bring in and sort of add a professional sort of artistic element to the community.
Okay. Perfect.
And so we begin a partnership with the Shakespeare at Notre Dame program with actors from the London stage doing Much Ado About Nothing, the very, very funny comedy. So this is where there's 5 actors. They play all the characters within the play. It's very pared down. It's about the text, and it's always very funny. And this will be especially funny because it's one of the comedies.
I love it. I love it. Okay, the next up, we're bringing Irish back here to campus.
You have to bring Irish. It's Notre Dame. You can't not do Irish. So this is traditional Irish song with Ronan O'Connell, and this is it's the Sean Nose style of singing, which is a cappella. It's about storytelling. So this is folklore and family traditions passed down through generations, this style of singing. He actually won a competition in Ireland. So this is the competition winner of the Sean Nose style of singing.
Okay, perfect.
And that's on Friday, September 18th, which is a football Friday, but this is a free event. So come get your Irish on before you do football activities.
Perfect. I love it. All right.
Next up is the Zariah Quintet. So this is the Fish-Off National Chamber Music Competition grand prize winners.
Which I've been to the Fish-Off competition here.
Exactly.
It's
It
incredible.
just took place in May.
Yes.
And then each fall we present the winners. And this is the grand prize winners. Typically the string quartets win, but this is a wind quintet.
Really?
So this is
That's exciting.
it's very exciting. They are phenomenal. They'll be performing actually over at the recital hall at the O'Neill Hall of Music just across the parking lot here.
All right, and of course then we're bringing in some salsa components.
Exactly.
I love this. So
A
people are
little
going to be able to
salsa.
get up and dance with
That's
this,
right.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is a great pairing of Trabuco Salsa, which is a band out of Chicago, with Los Ortega, which is a band out of Goshen. Folks may remember Los Ortega if they've been around this area.
Okay. All right, and then of course we got to show off the organ here, right?
Exactly. So a long-standing series within this is our organ series. We present 4 organists a year. Our first one is with Paul Thornock, who graduated from Notre Dame in '99, and he'll be performing at the Basilica.
Okay.
So this is it's an 8 p.m. concert on Sunday the 27th. It's after the final service of the evening.
Okay.
Free concert. Very enjoyable. It's short. It's an hour long. Do that, go home, and get ready for the rest of the school week, I guess.
I love that. So lots of great stuff. And again, we can find all this on your guys' website.
Exactly. performingarts.nd.edu.
All right. Now we have a few more things to talk about you because, and I know this is like a shortened time span. You guys are doing so much, but this only gets us through like August and September, right?
Right.
All right.
Yeah, but we have a lot of new movies and some classic movies being paired with them. People can check out. We have the extended version of The Backrooms, which was one of these kind of creepypasta films from the summer that really took hold and got like not only a huge like critical and industrial like appraisal, but is fun to unpack academically. So we'll look at that.
Okay.
We have my favorite movie of the year, Boots Riley's I Love Boosters.
Oh!
So come check that out. That's
All right.
the
It's a
beginning
fave,
weekend.
so you got to get that one.
And Steven Soderbergh's The Christophers that has Michaela Cole, who people might know from Chewing Gum and other things. We also have Obsession, which I think was probably the most talked about movie of the summer.
Yes.
And we're pairing it with Misery and looking at general female obsession.
I know some family members who will be in here for that.
Yeah. So wear your ankle guards, I guess, for that. We're also going to show United 93, which is an interesting movie, but it's the 25th anniversary of 9/11.
Okay.
So we're going to watch that, unpack what it was to revisit that 5 years after 9/11 occurred.
So will you have some conversation time with that too?
We will.
Okay,
we will.
perfect.
Also, Hadestown.
Which is my favorite. I am obsessed with it right now.
Yeah, which is a musical that did more box office than Hamilton in terms of the movie. So people have really been coming to this movie. And we're pairing it with Black Orpheus, which is the 1959 Cannes Palme d'Or winner, which takes the Orpheus myth and puts it into the Rio Carnival.
Okay.
Also, Wuthering Heights.
Fantastic.
The
new one?
Yeah, the Emerald Fennell.
Oh, okay.
With Maddie's Secret, which is John Early's hilarious kind of stand-up of like after-school special.
All right, well, so much to see here. You guys got to make sure you check it out. All the information's on their website. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This Saturday, there's a great family fun event for a really great cause that's happening in Goshen, and I'm here with Terry to tell me a little bit more about it. Terry, tell me what's happening this Saturday at Bashor Children's Home.
Well, we're having the 4th annual Cars and Motorcycles for a Cause Auto Show
There you go.
on the campus of Bashor, and we're very excited about it once again, 4th year, so it's going to be a great day to come out with the family. Got some food trucks coming out. We have some of the most beautiful automobiles you're going to see in the area coming out to compete for prizes as well as motorcycles.
And so the big reason for this was, tell me about the group that you're president of and why you got together to actually do this, because yes, it is an auto show, but it's for Bashor Children's Home because you're very passionate about helping kids who've been abused and neglected.
Yeah, well, I'm fortunate enough to be the president of the Elkhart Indian Motorcycle Riders Group. Yeah. And at the heart of every motorcycle rider is a passion for children.
Yeah.
And we partnered, as you remember, with Bashor because we wanted to sink our teeth into something that really helped the community. It was a community-wide effort and also was a solid foundation for kids. And when we discovered the trafficking annex there, we couldn't back away. We could not back away. So 4 years ago we started this, and it mainly to draw attention to Bashor, to get folks out there to experience the campus and to see what's cooking out there and also enjoy some of these beautiful automobiles and motorcycles.
And as you talk about, like Bashor, it's an absolutely beautiful campus. The organization has been around for 102 years now. And as you talked about, like human trafficking is something that they built a unit for a couple of years ago. And when you talk about something like human trafficking, a lot of people think that doesn't happen in this area. But actually the majority of the children who are in there who are being helped are all from this area.
It's a hub. This area is a hub.
It is, because of all the roads going to Detroit, Chicago, Indianapolis. So it's a real problem, and you guys really wanted to help. So tell me a little bit about the auto show. How has it grown over the last 4 years? What's the atmosphere like for people that maybe have never been to an auto show
Well,
before?
it's pretty exciting. At 7 o'clock we start taking in cars. 9 o'clock the show opens up, and we have judges coming in from CRS Custom Automobiles over here in Mishawaka to do that. We have folks coming from all over the place with these beautiful automobiles and motorcycles. We start planning this very first, the very first month of March. And this is a work and effort we put up. We've got food trucks there. We got some pizza. We got ribs. We got soft drinks. All kinds of good stuff around. But everybody there for 4 years has just enjoyed it, and they can't believe it's only $10 a piece to compete.
Which is crazy. That's
for what? These trophies here. We're going first, second, and third place for both categories, motorcycles and cars. We're also going best of show and People's Choice for both, and we're also giving away a plaque for the top 10 in each category.
Oh, wow.
So we're looking for a big crowd to come out and just experience the campus with us.
And of course, it is beautiful. They've got a lovely pond there. It's a really great campus. There's plenty of trees as well, if it's a hot, sunny day, as it has been sometimes. But as you mentioned, it's $10 for people with cars or motorcycles to enter. But then for the general public who just wants to come and enjoy it, totally free.
Bring your family. Bring your family out. And you know, I want to get back to some of the success stories that I've experienced. I have friends that have actually had children in there for different reasons. And it's amazing. Some people have give me a testimony that I didn't know my son was even going to wake up in the next morning. He ended up at Bashor, and he was a complete turnaround, a complete success. Matter of fact, he had his airplane license before he was old enough to drive a car. So that's an amazing story that I personally know about. So Bashor does an amazing job, and we want to help them.
They really do. And, you know, I was talking to Bashor recently, and there's an average that kids go to an average of 7 placements before they end up at Bashor, which often it's the last resort for a lot of kids, depending. Now, some of them may end up going into the juvenile justice system or even into jail. And so often, you know, not every kid that goes there, by the way, you know, has been on that path. But I'm just saying they're able to be that high quality therapy and care that the kids need in order to make sure that they can just even live a life where they can just have a job, have an apartment, just live a normal life, and that's a great success for a lot of these kids, you know. And last year I did come to the show, and there was actually a couple that were there who they actually ended up, they both went to Bashor, and now they're successful parents. And just even seeing that, right, we think about success stories, everyone's got the Hollywood dream of a success story, but just people being able to have a job and an apartment, a family, that's all the success they need, you know. So it's wonderful. And so again, it opens at 9 o'clock to
It opens at 9 o'clock, the show starts, and we'll go to about 2, and we'll give all the awards out.
I never realized this area just has so many car enthusiasts.
Oh my.
Like a lot. There's a lot of car shows.
A lot of car shows.
So it must have been hard to start a new one 4 years ago because there's so many already established.
And in fact, this year, even more so. We had to move it to August 22nd because the date we usually run it, there was 4 shows in the area.
Wow. And it's just... A lot of people have these cars hidden away in their garages, and
absolutely.
You know, and today we're here at Rock Solid, which is on County Road 19, Cassopolis in Elkhart, and they just let us in to see some of the cars that you might be able to expect to see at the show. So
and we're grateful for we're grateful that they let us use their space.
Sure.
So
some of the cars
Rock
here
Solid Auto Sports, come on down and check them out, you guys. I mean, just to even walk around and see some of the hardware in this place is pretty amazing.
It is. It's absolutely beautiful. And I know at the car show, especially, I love the aspects. I've been to a couple of car shows, but not a lot of them have motorcycles.
Right.
So I love that you have that too, because obviously you're Indian motorcycles. You know, so that's a part of it too that I think is very important, because there's some cool bikes out there too.
Absolutely.
So again, this Saturday, August 22nd. It's $10. Just show up and pay at the gate.
Absolutely. We'll get you signed up, and we're going to put you in line to win these awards,
to win one of these
and prizes. Yeah, absolutely.
And it's nice again for people, you know, because it's like they're car enthusiasts. Maybe they go to these shows they never think about, but to have a trophy at home is really nice.
That's a big deal.
Yeah,
there's
it really
no doubt.
Absolutely amazing.
And I want to speak to. We've also I'm fortunate enough to work for Zolman Tire. So they are a sponsor. Monteith's Best One is a partner right in there with us, one of our business partners. And this year we put Pro Fleet Transport on.
Nice.
They believe in helping children as well. So we're excited to have Zach and his team over at Pro Fleet helping us out this year. So
it's great,
amazing.
you know. A lot of businesses are like, you know, I don't want to say struggling, but like the economy's tough on a lot of businesses, and for them to still turn around and still give to these local events, like it means a lot that's where their heart's at.
Absolutely.
You know? And I know for Zolman's and Monteith's, that's a big thing.
Yeah,
too,
Best One, they're all about the community. There's no doubt.
Awesome. So People's Choice.
Yeah.
You got the Best in Show and all the other plaques and everything. So make sure you head out to Bashor Children's Home this Saturday, August 22nd. I'll probably be there. I'll bring my daughter, you know.
Sounds good.
Yeah. All right.
Well, that's it for this week's show. Thank you so much for being with us. Remember, if you have ideas of things that we should explore in the Michiana area, look us up on Facebook and let us know about it. Have a great weekend, everybody.
This WNIT local production has been made possible in part by viewers like you. Thank you.